reader of the night, we have a special guest. Amy Sue Nathan was born and raised in Philadelphia and is a graduate of Temple University. She has been blogging since 2006 and launched the Women's Fiction Writers blog in March 2011. Amy teaches workshops for Writers Digest University and freelances as a fiction editor and writing coach. Her stories and essays have appeared in print and online in such publications as the Chicago Tribune, Chicago Parent, Writers Digest, and Huffington Post. Amy's debut novel, The Glass Wives, was published by St. Martin's Griffin in May 2013 and was followed up by The Good Neighbor in October 2015. Her third novel, Left to Chance, was published by St. Martin's Griffin. Please welcome Amy.
Chapter 1. Getting picked up once meant flirting and free drinks. Today, it meant hurrying through the airport in comfortable shoes. I wove in and out of the slow walkers and rushed past restaurant outposts selling breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The sweet, buttery aroma wafting over the gourmet popcorn shop didn't slow me down, but when I reached a flower stand called Eliza's, I paused. I could resist the bongo-like buckets overflowing with roses, carnations, sunflowers, and the assorted I miss you bouquets. What caught my eye was the faux vintage signing and the way the flowers were shielded from imaginary sun by an awning, all meant to mimic Victorian London. It didn't hurt that the stand also sold energy drinks and earbuds. Nostalgia and irony. I resisted pulling out my camera. My phone dinged as the carousel spit out my suitcase. I wouldn't make Shay wait more than a few minutes for my reply. I'd known Shayna since the day she was born. I remembered when she'd babbled and burped, when she'd first walked and talked. Now she was a thumb-typing, artistic tween who held a piece of my heart tighter than ever before, mostly from afar. But today, and for the next week, Shay and I would be face to face. First, we'd reminisce about meeting in Chicago last summer, tea at the Drake, climbing the wall at Maggie Daly Park, the miniatures at the art museum, and finding our way to the bottom of a tin of Garrett popcorn. We'd replay every detail but save the best fun for last, recalling how the hotel's pastry chef let Shay decorate her own cake, which we later ate for dinner. We'd then tick off the rest of the list: school, Shay's art, friends, reality TV, and maybe, could it be possible, boys? I couldn't wait to see her, hug her, spend time with her. I also couldn't wait to leave. I glanced at Shay's text. Dad will be a few minutes late. Aren't you with him? I'm in art class. Sorry. Okay, not okay. I didn't want to spend an hour and a half alone in the car with Miles. Shay was the bond, the bridge, the buffer, and Shay wasn't coming. I paced between the signs for taxis and shuttle buses. Car after car slowed as it passed, then kept moving, or stopped for someone else. I watched bear hug reunions and aloof hellos. I smiled at every woman driver who passed. I even stifled a few waves. My insides rolled. This had to stop. Celia would not be picking me up. A horn beeped and a white sedan pulled alongside the curb. I slung my camera bag over my shoulder and tipped my suitcase toward the trunk, my eyes on my old friend as he stepped out of the car. Miles' hair was gray and a little thin, more than it had been when I'd seen him a year before, or since in pictures he posted on Facebook. He'd lost weight. I met Miles at the trunk. We reached our arms around each other and hugged hard but quick. Miles wasn't just thinner, he felt more fit than I remembered. What had been soft was now solid. His newfound physique couldn't hide the lines around his eyes. He looked tired. Thanks for coming all the way out here, I said. Not a problem. I hope Shay texted you. She had a project to finish for art class. Miles shooed my hand away from my suitcase and lifted it into the trunk. What have you gotten here, Ted? Bricks? No one in my life now called me Ted. It sounded unfinished, yet smooth and familiar. Nope, just rocks. Miles smiled, and just like that, memories broke through. Was he remembering, as I was, our long ago friendly teasing during Scrabble matches and Pictionary marathons with Celia? We'd always joke that with Celia as his wife and my best friend, we were practically related. I touched his arm before I could stop myself. Good to see you, Mai. This is weird for us. Isn't it? To be here, I mean. A little bit, yes. We okay? As okay as we're going to be, Ted. I would have come back sooner if you'd asked me. I wasn't sure that was true. I hope that's true, he said. If it wasn't true, I wouldn't be here. I guess not. You look good. Oh my God, I'm a mess, but thanks. I knew my hair smashed to my head after a long airplane sleep. I had a natural tan that sometimes hid the fact that I was 39, but not after 2 flights. My skin tone was the reason most people thought I was Italian, or maybe Greek, not descended from Russian Jews who had journeyed west, which meant past Cleveland, from New York's Lower East Side in the 1890s. I have to admit, Miles said, once we got used to the idea, it was exciting to think you'd be our wedding photographer. I just want you to know that, under the circumstances, we really appreciate everything you're doing for us. We, us. Miles and, my breath caught, not Celia, Violet Frank, his fiancée, and I was going to photograph the wedding. That's what Shay had wanted. That's why I was here. Ready, Miles asked. No, I wasn't ready at all, but within moments I was headed toward the place that had haunted me for the past 6 years, the town I grew up in and ran from on the day of Celia's funeral. Chance, Ohio was no place for wimps. I was on my way regardless.
Mm-hmm.